It's okay to be the bad guy. But first, what's up, beautiful people? This your favorite cousin Rich, back again. I hope y'all having a divine day, because I am as well. So let's begin. It's okay to be the bad guy. Now I'm not talking about be unrighteous, get over on people, do people wrong. I'm not talking about that. What I'm saying, it's okay to be the bad guy in someone else's story. Even if it allows you, well, especially if it allows you to move forward with your life. Sometimes you got to be the bad guy in people's story. Sometimes you have to be the one where people point their fingers at and say, it was their fault, they were the issue, they were the problem. Even though it might not have been you, sometimes you got to take that in order to move forward. Sometimes people will keep you in a situation knowing you were a good person, but they will play this guilt trip game with you. That's what it is, it's a guilt trip game. They'll play this guilt trip game with you to make it seem as if you're the problem or you're the reason why something didn't work out. So while they play this guilt trip game, you are consistently wanting to not be the bad guy because you're a good person. So you feel if you stay to rectify a situation, or if you try your hardest to make a situation, better, end it on good terms, or not let anybody be mad at this person, or whatever the case may be, you feel that if you do that, then you won't be the bad guy in somebody's story. Or you feel like these people won't hate you, or they'll love you again, or the situation will be left on good terms. Sometimes it's not worth it. Sometimes you just got to be the bad guy in their story, and that's it. You're not a bad person. You're not an unrighteous person. You didn't even do these people wrong. But the thing is, these people have to have somebody to blame, and sadly, it's going to be you. The reason why they have to have somebody to blame is because a lot of times these same people who want you to be the bad guy in their story and all the stories is because they don't want to take accountability for the things that they've done. So it's easier to point the finger at you and say, you did it, you did it, you did it, you're the reason. While they throw up their hands and act as if their hands are clean. Well, let me tell you today, especially good people, righteous people, chosen ones, earth seeds, earth angels. It's okay to be the bad guy. Sometimes you have to say, you know what? If you feel that I was that bad of a person, or if you feel that I've done you wrong, then that'll just have to be what it is. And if God is going to punish me for that, then let God punish me. And then you take whatever you have left and move on. Now, of course, just because you say that doesn't mean God is going to punish you. Why? Because you didn't do anything wrong. You're just saying these things in order to remove yourself from the situation, take blame, fall into the bad guy role, and move on. And watch how God blesses you. Why? Because you removed yourself from a situation that wasn't prosperous for you, wasn't good for you. See, in a healthy dynamic, in a healthy situation, two people are able to sit down and say, okay, this is where I was wrong. And the other person can say, okay, this is where I was wrong. And if the situation can be rectified, it can be rectified. If it can't be rectified, they'll end it on whatever terms and move along. Some people can't do that. Some people don't have the goal in order to take accountability for their actions or whatever they've done. Well, actions, of course. But some people are not able to take accountability for their actions and move on. It always has to be somebody else's fault. They always have to play that victim mentality game, Now, what eventually happens to these people? They'll eventually be put back into a wall or a corner or whatever the case may be, to where they'll look around and they have nobody else to blame when they don't have any more situations, or when they're in their last situation, they'll have nobody else to point the finger at and say, it was you, it was you, it was you. Eventually, all the people that they were running back to with their sob stories or their victim stories, the people that they kept running back to will eventually say, you're the common denominator in all these situations that didn't pan out, where everybody else is the bad guy but you. It has to be something about you. You might be the reason why these situations are not working out. And now these people that they used to run to and tell them about, all these situations, how people mistreated them, did them wrong, and all these people that they used to run to and confide in will eventually stop listening. Or eventually tell them, hey, it's you, you're the problem. And now the person or the people who continuously blame others or don't want to take accountability, they have two options now. You're going to have either option A, They start taking accountability for whatever actions they start putting out, in order for them to change their lives, which sometimes it happens, you know. And B, they're just going to continue until they don't have anybody. Or they shapeshift into something and then, align themselves with other people and, become an energy vampire in that source with those people. Well, become an energy vampire with those people, I should say. So, I say all that to say, it's okay to be the bad guy. Trust me, I'm a good person. I'm not saying that, oh, trust me, I'm a good person. I'm not saying it like that. But I'm saying I'm a righteous individual. I treat people right, you know what I'm saying? I don't do people wrong. Try not to, you know what I'm saying? I'm a cool guy. I'm saying all that to say, with all that, I'm the bad guy in a lot of people's story. Because they didn't want to face the fact that they either fumbled, or face the fact that they were the problem, or face the fact that I was able to take accountability for the things that I did that might not have been up to par, or the things that I might have slipped and done, but they weren't. And let me tell you, that intimidates a lot of people. If you're able to take accountability for your actions, a lot of people are not ready to take accountability for their actions. So a lot of people are intimidated by that. They expect you to play the blame game just like them. But when you don't, you take accountability for the things that you've done or said or whatever the case may be, when you take accountability for that, now people look and say, oh shit, this person took accountability, now it's on me. Do I dump all that on them, the rest of it on them, or do I take accountability for what I've done? The grown-up thing to do would be take accountability for their portion, but they don't. So when they're in this predicament, a lot of people fold. They don't take accountability, and they'd rather let a good situation or whatever the case may be fall to the wayside. Why? Because of accountability. They'd rather you be the bad guy, and a lot of people feel like the grass could be greener on another side, so what they do is they feel like they don't need to rectify the situation. They don't take accountability, saying that, for whatever they've done, and they feel like they can go somewhere else and prosper, so they let it fall to the wayside. They don't care about their situation or relationship anymore. Come to find out, they are the problem. And everywhere they go, they're going to have the same problem over and over and over and over. Why? Because they have not come to terms with what the real issue is. They're either unhealed or they don't have enough self-analysis to see where their shortcomings are in order to fix them. We all have shortcomings. Nobody's perfect. We all have things we can work on. But the thing is, do you acknowledge them? And do you at least try your best? This is where accountability comes into. Because if you're accountable for your actions and you're accountable knowing where you stand, every day you try, or at least you're conscious of when you may slip, or at least you're conscious of when you're not even trying, but you're conscious, that's a big thing. So it's okay to be the bad guy, especially for my righteous people, my people who treat people well and all that. Stop going above and beyond to not be the bad guy in somebody's story. Stop that, because you're wasting energy. No matter what you do, some people are hell-bent and stuck on you being the bad guy. Some people are hell-bent and stuck on looking at you through a lens that's not positive. Some people are stuck on that. It helps them sleep at night, or it just helps their story that they've told people over and over and over again in order for them to still keep that respect level, or trying to find a proper way to put it, in order for them to keep that same image around others, So, remember, it's okay to be the bad guy. You don't have to associate with these people anymore or anything like that. But I promise you, once you say that you're the bad guy and you leave, you clear your energy from these people, and you heal and do what you got to do, I promise you, it's going to come around to where the people on the other side that they were confined in, they're going to say, hold up, you're the problem. How the situation play out, I don't know. It's different for everybody, but I promise you, it's going to be that time when them chickens going to roost, and people going to see the real them. And you're not going to be nowhere in sight. And they'll be like, dang, they had a good one. They fumbled all these people. It was you the whole time. While you off in the sunset chilling, doing your thing. So, it's okay, be the bad guy. It's okay. I'm not saying don't be unrighteous. I'm not saying that. But it's okay to be the bad guy in somebody's story. It's okay for it to be your fault, even though it ain't. It's okay. What you want to be right, You want to just move on. I really just move on instead of trying to be right all the time. Universe knows what's up. You should too. You know what? This is your favorite cousin. Y'all be safe. Love and blessings.